Forces loyal to General Khalifa Haftar, who himself is a Gaddafi loyalist, have begun marching on to the capital of Tripoli inside of Libya. Now, this is creating a lot of fear that there's going to be a civil war inside the country. Essentially, it's going to be Gaddafi loyalists against the UN-installed administration inside the country, which came into effect after essentially what is NATO started bombing the country, killing 30,000 people, manufacturing claims of massacres that never happened, ended up destroying Libya, and even sending it into a state where slaves are now being sold in the open. And this, of course, being Africans that are being sold, particularly black Africans, showing the greatness that is the United States and NAFTA and what gift they have to give the world in terms of freedom and democracy, literal, actual slavery. Now, the problem is with the Libyan National Army is making its way towards the capital in the hopes of taking the country back from what is a foreign-backed government. And, you know, these kinds of wars are going to be very, very bloody. These are not battles that take place very quickly. They tend to have a very high cost in terms of civilian life. And many people are quick to point fingers at General Haftar. But Haftar wouldn't be doing this if NATO had not intervened in the country and overthrown it to begin with. So you see very much the selective memory of the people who are in opposition to this, particularly to the general loyal to Gaddafi and his vision for what Libya was supposed to be, a country that had the highest living standards of any country in Africa, something that sometimes, in some areas, standards that are higher than what you would receive in the first world. A true testament to the vision that Gaddafi had for the country. And of course, there is much to be desired of Gaddafi. He was far from perfect. He did slaughter communists for opposing his rule, etc. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about the independence of Libya to determine their own fate. And that's what we're looking at. We're looking at a reaction to that overthrow that took place back in 2011 by the NATO powers. So for those in the international community who bemoan this kind of violence, maybe they should take a look in the mirror and see where the real source of this violence is coming from, because they are the ones who created this situation. People wouldn't have to react and defend themselves from imperialism if imperialism never carried out this aggression to begin with. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.